Friday and welcome to the water zodiac sign. So hello all my Scorpio and oh well, thank you, so much abundance coming in. All the Scorpio and Cancer and Pisces out there, welcome, welcome, sun, moon, and risings. My name is Tara and I'm Kittens, Weights, and Tarot. And if you want to know a little bit more about me, you can check out my website down below, kittensweightsandtarot.com. You can also check out all of my offerings and also my Leon Mystery School, Desert Cauldron, which James and I own together, our little witchy shop. And you can check out my Patreon and all that good stuff. But today we are going to look into the June 2002 reading for all of our water signs out there, no matter where it is placed in your chart. And actually, James was just handing me all our new constitutional silver. So yes, abundance all around. Okay, so let's see. Butterfly Love Child is here. Hello, hello. All right, let me lift this up just a little bit. It's a little warm today, so I got the hair up and everything, and we're ready for some readings. Okay, so I would like to cast an elemental circle. That's something that I do before all of my readings, just to cleanse the space, make sure that the messages coming through are for our best and highest good. Hey, Sherry Bug! And the circle that I cast is energetic, so it doesn't matter if you're not physically here with me. I kind of put it out there that we are all within the circle. All right, so, and even for the people that watch this later on, transcends space and time. Sumi! It says, water signs, where are all my chicken of the seas at? Nice. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and light this candle up for a little bit of that fire energy. So coming through, whoops, there we go. Just again, burn away anything that doesn't need to be here so we can get those nice, clear messages. All right, and then with that, let's go ahead and bring in our Palo Santo, and we'll bring in a little bit of that air energy. Sherry Bug showing off the fishies. Again, Palo Santo is just so cleansing and so nice, and one of these is probably going to last me basically a lifetime, so I do not require tons of Palo Santo. One is good and it smells amazing. All right, I'm gonna bring in a little bit of that water energy. Hello, my water signs. And this particular water here, oh, butterfly has the little scorpion that showed up for our little Scorpios. But this particular water here has the entire cycle. So this is eclipse to eclipse, back when we had the new moon and the solar eclipse, all the way until we had the super full moon, super full blood moon, lunar eclipse. So this is some pretty powerful stuff. Let's use it to bring in clarity and remove any blockages that'll keep us from getting the messages that we need. And of course, a little on me, that actually feels really good because it's also kind of warm, but we got the AC back on, so we're good. But it's triple digits from here on out, baby, here in the Valley of Arizona. All right, and then for a little bit of that earth energy, I have an awesome wand to show off to you guys. This is a wand that James and I created together for Desert Cauldron, but we're having a little bit of fun with it first before we actually put it up on our Etsy shop. Designed by Ace. Hello, hello. So for the earth energy here, we have a Brazilian Amazonite point with some Brazilian clear quartz on either side, Brazilian quartz sphere here, and then wrapped in deer leather. And we have, as the staff portion of it, a elk bone. And of course, making sure that everything is ethically sourced. Harm to none is basically our motto for our practice, but also for the things that we make for Desert Cauldron. So let's go ahead and call in those elements. All right, so our elemental homies to the north, help us to enliven the circle today. Elementals to the east, help us to enliven our circle today. Elementals to the south, help us to enliven our circle today. Elementals to the west, help us to enliven our circle today. Our circle is cast, let our work begin, and so it is. All right, let's hop to it. I would also like to just quickly do a little bit of sound clearing. with my lovely Tibetan singing bowl. That feels nice. Okay, I brought a few different decks in that I used yesterday with my fire signs because you guys are water signs, so I wanted to bring in more of a water element for today's reading. So starting off with the Wally's World, that's just going to be a constant throughout all of my readings always, because this is my deck and that is my Wally's World Oracle with my little Wally toe. So if you are interested in my Wally's World, the link is down below, but this of course is going to be a staple in all of my readings. I decided to bust out the Moon Power Tarot by Charlie Quintero, whereas yesterday I used the Mars Power Tarot. I do feel the Moon Power Tarot will be really good for our water signs. We're going to be utilizing that. We will at some point, well, sorry about that. We will be busting out my charms, and you guys know I have my really goofy looking charms, so we're going to bust those out a little bit later. And I have another deck that I made just as a DIY for myself. I obviously can't like make this mass market or anything, but I call it my Donna di Ispirazione deck. And whoa, you guys get to see the camera and everything, but I keep it in this neat little box that used to belong to my aunt. All right, and then lastly, I'm going to use the Beyond Lemuria Oracle cards, again for some of that watery type energy. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with the reading. I have kind of a list here of all the things I would like to get to this evening, and let's hop to it. All right, so first of all, welcome everybody, and I'm so glad to have you guys here with me. I had some spaghetti for dinner, so it's lovely to have you guys after my spaghetti dinner. All right, so let's pull from Wally's World and let's get a feel for the theme, the overarching theme that we can connect to with the rest of our readings this evening for Pisces, for Scorpio, and for Cancer. All right. And I actually have Scorpio as my rising sign. Scorpio is James's sun sign. And then he's a Pisces moon, so he's got double water over there. I do have Scorpio elsewhere in my chart as well. And then I have, let's see, Cancer, or Venus is in Cancer. And then I also have Mars. Yes, Mars is in Cancer as well. So, well, a little bit of water floating around with me. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, interesting. Okay, so this is our card here, our overarching theme. And this is an image that was taken by me, and it's out in East County in San Diego. But let's dive into this. So remember, I've been doing a little bit more channeling lately, so just give me a moment. All right, so water signs, I'm getting that this month, the kind of, again, overarching theme in, you know, maybe a little bit more intense for others, maybe less intense for some, is all about some big unexpected things this month. So like you're headed in one direction and kind of feeling, and then all of a sudden it's like somebody jerks the wheel, like, that took an unexpected turn. But I'm not seeing it in any sort of negative. It's just more of a shock because it was so unexpected. And we'll figure out a little bit more about that as we pull some more cards, but that's just the initial impression that I'm getting for the overarching theme. Is just kind of like somebody jerking the wheel and then whoa. I definitely didn't have this planned, didn't even think about this, didn't think this was possible. And again, I'm not getting any sort of negative energy around it. It's just more of a shock. Okay, so let's bust out that Moon Power Tarot. I'm going to put this off to the side where I can see it so that I can reference it. All right, and then the Moon Power Tarot, let's go ahead and pull a few cards. Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Let's just do all water signs together first, and then we'll break it up into individual water signs. So we'll do a specific reading for Scorpios, and then Pisces, and then our Cancer friends. Okay, and then we'll look in some opportunities. We'll look into some blocks. various ways we can navigate this time. All right, so what do our water friends have going on in the month of June? Which, by the way, friends, June is my birth month, so I'm super excited. Gemini. I will get to the air signs actually Tuesday next week. So we'll have earth signs on Monday, and then lastly air signs on Tuesday. Okay, let's see what we got going on here. We have the Six of Swords. I don't know if you guys can see it there. Six of Swords, and the snake symbolism has been coming up quite a bit for me, like a lot. So I don't know if you guys have been feeling any of that, but everywhere I look, it's like snakes coming up. Found some snake skin out on a hike, and it's just snakes everywhere. All right, and then we have the Seven of Wands. We have the Eight of Wands. And I want you guys to kind of chime in too. And if you guys want to pull cards as well, you know, that's why I do these live chats, so that you guys can also throw in your intuition. What are some things that you guys are getting, so we can all kind of uncover all this together. And then lastly, we have a major arcana card. We have the Hangman. Okay. Butterfly said, found some snake skin in my sister's yard last week. Very interesting. You know what? I've found snake skin before, but this is the first time like I found it just like perfectly intact. Like you can even see where like the snake's eyeballs were, and I was just like, and I asked the, you know, the nature spirits and the energy of the area, like, is it okay to remove this from here? And it was a yes. So it is now placed on my altar, but I think it's a lovely piece of snake skin, reminding us of renewal and rebirth and cycles. So let's go over, let's go over this as a whole, and then maybe let's go through this one by one. So give me just a moment with this. Okay, I believe this is directly related to the card that I pulled at the very beginning. So remember that I said that the month of June for our water signs is going to, you know, we'll be trucking along, and then all of a sudden something takes us by surprise. Now, I said that there wasn't any negativity surrounding it. It's just more of a surprise. It's a shock. You weren't expecting it. You weren't prepared for it. So what I was getting with the cards here is that so it doesn't become more difficult, or I would say more, I don't want to say dramatic, but just, it doesn't need to be more than it is. You know, will it be a shock? Of course, because it's unexpected. But if we go into the frenzy, like the mental frenzy of like, oh my gosh, I wasn't expecting this, and what else is going to pop up? And then just looking at it more from a negative perspective of like, oh my gosh, this is ruining my day, this ruins my week, this throws off all of my plans, and being in that very rigid mode, which water signs, you know, tap into some of that flowing energy that you guys have, of, okay, well, that was different. Let's go with it and see what we can do from here. Maybe there's some people that I can call in and ask me, or, you know, ask to help me along with this, because this is new territory, or maybe something similar happened to them and I can call on them for help. So I'm just seeing more of making sure that you remain grounded, you remain centered, that you listen to your internal guidance, listen to your own intuition, call on people for help, and try not to make any rash decisions. So when something throws a curveball at you, instead of trying to react right away, like, okay, whoa, you know, trying to jerk the wheel back the other way, it's more, okay, let's assess the situation. This has happened. Okay, that was different. So where do we go from here? So instead of going and back to the past of, I wish that this didn't happen or it didn't happen this way, this kind of throws off my plans. Instead of, okay, well, this has happened. What can we do now? What can we do in the present moment? Because we can't go back in time and make it not happen. It's happened. Like I said, it's not a negative thing. It's just something that takes you by surprise. And so let's work with it from there. And that's kind of like the overall message I was getting, is just kind of chill out for a little while, because making some quick decisions could make things a lot more difficult than they need to be for the rest of the month. It's causing you more stress than you need to have. It's more like a challenge has come up. How do you deal with challenge at this point? You've been growing, you know, all this like snake energy, shedding their skin, so to speak. You know, a lot of people have been going through a lot of spiritual changes, a lot of emotional changes and mental health changes. You know, a lot of people are working on themselves. So this is kind of a, okay, you've been working on yourself. Now you've been thrown a curveball. What do? You know, you've been working on staying in the present. You've been working on healing some shadows. Perhaps this may actually trigger a shadow, in which case, are you going to go down the rabbit hole with that? Or are we going to look at the situation and say, hey, this situation actually triggered a shadow. That shadow needs healing. Let's work on that healing process, instead of looking at the situation and, I don't know what to do from here. So definitely call in some friends, call in people who are closest to you, people that you trust, to really help you out with this. Let's see if I'm getting anything more from here. Give me just a moment. I'm just getting that it could be very easy for you guys to, you know, I mean, we're all human, right? So could be very easy for us to have a meltdown, have a freak out, because yeah, it does go against the plans that we had for the month or that week. Like I said, it's going to affect us differently. So how this affects one person is going to be different than somebody else, because we're all just different people. And for some people, you're maybe only getting part of this message. But just know that you can realign your plans. You just have to change them up a bit. Nothing is lost. Nothing is broken that can't be fixed. Okay, so things have changed. We don't know, like we can't go back in time and make it not do that. So where do we go from right here? Okay, I might have to reschedule some things. I might have to ask for help on something, because this might be something I don't quite understand. But we're gonna go from here, because nothing else that we can do. And from it, I don't see this as like, you know, like something that you look back on as a sad event, but more because of how you handle it is how you get to look back on it. So how you handle it by staying in the present, by asking for help if need be, just kind of going with the flow and deciding, well, I can't do that. Guess I'm going to have to try this instead. And then you feel a lot better about yourself. You feel self-confident. So this is definitely really good for the solar plexus. But I'm getting it's also going to be really good for the root chakra, because in staying within the present and working on the situation is going to really help to ground you. And if that's something that you've been struggling with, but you've been working on it, this is going to solidify the work that you've been doing for yourself. And so it's kind of like a little pat on the back, a little recognition that you can give yourself and be like, heck yeah, I've been doing really good. And this is just this situation has really put that in my face, that I'm on the right track. So I don't really see anybody looking back on it with a, oh my gosh, yeah, that one time. No, it's more like, yeah, totally cool. One time this happened, totally threw me for a loop, but I did this, this, and this. Felt really good afterwards. That's really what I'm getting from you guys, that this is a really good opportunity for you guys to show yourselves how far you've come. Okay, and then let's see. Ooh, let me go back here. I missed some of your messages. Designed by Ace said, making a painting of the feathered serpent. So definitely Quetzalcoatl or Chichan. Very cool. That is so cool. All right, let's see. I would like to pull out some charms.
Some booty. Maybe you could pull a card from the pirate.
Maybe, yeah. So we have some actually really cool Spanish coins. We've been playing with our coins a lot lately, hence why the coins keep falling in.
Pirates.
Pirates over here. Well, yes, we'll pull those out in just a minute too. I have James's Tarot of the Pirates with me. Speaking of water energy, and since he is a Scorpio, he is very invested in today's live chat. Okay, but I would like to pull a charm here. And let's start off with Scorpio. And yes, maybe we'll pull a Pirates card to go along with our charm. Okay, so here we go here. I'm gonna pull a charm, I'm gonna place it there, and I'm not gonna look at it yet because I'm gonna pull from my, well, actually his Tarot of the Pirates. Okay. We'll put this together. Okay, let's see what we got here. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so this little charm, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's actually like stairs leading up, like if this is a doorway and inside there's little stairs and there's stairs leading up. And then the tarot card that we have is the Sun card. Hey, look at these jolly fellows. Okay, so give me just a moment with this with Scorpio. Okay, so Scorpio, what I'm getting is with the overall message we had coming up for us, you know, that this was all about some sort of sudden change, something happening that was not planned for. Scorpio, this might be something that is out of your comfort zone. I know that you're not normally a gregarious person. You're not normally one to want to be in large crowds or be the center of attention. But somewhere surrounding your, I would say, insecurities, you're going to have to really step into some of those insecurities in order to make it through this situation that occurs. But what's on the other side of that is a gratitude for yourself, kind of like that I got here, that Sun card, like a celebration of like, you know, I did something that was actually pretty scary for me, but I did it and it turned out great. And so you feel really good about yourself. Now, is that something that you want to continue doing? Probably not. But for this particular instance, I do feel that you have this opportunity to face some of your insecurities and some of the things that you don't particularly like doing, but feeling really good post situation. All right, so very cool. All right, Scorpio. Let's go into Pisces. Let's see what Pisces has here for June 2022. Okay, again, I'm gonna place the charm down there. And I'm gonna grab the Tarot of the Pirates. Hold on, did I make sure that I get every card? Yes, I did. Okay. Let's pull a card. Pisces. I don't think I have Pisces anywhere in my chart. I do have little crabbies though, little Cancers. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Oh, literally. Oh, so no, this is not the letter zero. This is not the number zero. This is actually an O for this particular charm. So I usually like to leave any sort of numbers or letters up to you guys in your intuition. So I'll leave that with you guys, Pisces. O could be for October. It could be the beginning of somebody's name or something, maybe a business or something like that. But I leave that for you guys to figure out. So there you go. Oh, or maybe it's just like, oh. Okay, the tarot card that you guys have is the Ten of Swords. Oh, Sumi says, oh, look like coins. They do look like the coins here. Hold on. And then, let's see. Somebody said, watch, someone in the chat is going to come into money, unexpected plus celebration plus feels good. Nice. Unknown 55, hello, says the dice in the card made me think of the phrase, things are looking up. Definitely. And by the way, you guys, yes, definitely comment if you guys are getting things too. So that way, people are not only hearing what I'm saying, but you guys can also share in each other's intuition. That's why I love these live chats. But also what I was getting with the Ten of Swords here, and kind of off of what Sumi was saying, but also Unknown 55 from the previous one, that yes, things are looking up, but also for Pisces as well. Like I said, we're looking at all water signs, but this kind of theme or situation is just looking different as it, pertains to Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. So with this Ten of Swords and the O, which, kind of does resemble the coins that are down here, or money. Give me just a moment, because I have something, but I just want to make sure that I'm getting the complete message. I don't want to give you guys half a message. Okay, Pisces, I'm getting that yes, this could be pertaining to money, but money blocks. So the situation coming up for you, yes, could be something centered around your money. Like I said, this isn't a negative situation, but it's just a surprise. And oftentimes we, we're kind of like, woo, taken aback when we're met with a surprise. But it's you, Pisces, moving forward with that. And I also get this as like like a revelation, light bulb moment, where after the situation happens, and maybe you do take my advice or the advice of the cards, not really my advice, it's more like, the advice of source, but being able to take a moment, take a breather, let's assess the situation. Okay, we can't go backwards, but we can remain here in the present. Let's see what we can do here. And again, this could be revolving around money, and more like an aha moment, an oh moment, where you realize my feelings, my thoughts as it pertains to this item, again, could be money, I've been putting a block on that, but I'm going to let that go now, with this Ten of Swords, and I'm going to see what happens. This thing has kind of thrown you for a loop, and it's like, you know what, let's remove the ego from the situation. I don't believe that anymore. I don't believe, this old programming. I don't believe, what society or family or friends or whatever my, community tried to program into me surrounding this particular thing, this situation, or money. I'm done with that. So it's almost like you have an epiphany moment of, I've been blocking my own abundance or my own progress in this particular situation because I've been scared, or I've had a lack mentality, or I keep telling myself over and over, it's never going to happen. But you get this moment because you've been thrown off guard, because this is an unexpected situation. This is good because it gets you out of your current thinking. It puts you in a situation where you have to think creatively. You have to, because this is different. This is entirely new. So I'm getting this, whoa, yeah, I don't want to do that anymore. No, that's not my beliefs anymore at all. And so you see that, you put that aside, and it's just a different feeling in you. And so moving forward towards the end of June and beyond, you notice that things really start changing for the positive in your life. If you've been stuck financially, then you start noticing it's flowing in a lot easier. If a work situation, and you notice that it was almost like, it was such a drudge, just heading to work every day. But whatever mental block you cleared, it's like you're going in with new vigor, renewed enthusiasm. You see the workplace and your place in it differently, and especially if you work for yourself. So yeah, Pisces, I definitely see this as an aha moment. So amazing for you guys. Excellent. I dig it. I dig it. Let's see. Let me go back here. Oh, so Designed by Ace is doing Cuckoo Clan. Very nice. And Sumi said, Tara's even wearing a green pendant. Someone is coming into money. That's what I'm channeling. Good job. All right. And then designed by Ace said that Ku Klux Klan represents transformation, awakening, rejuvenating. Yeah, I feel mostly. Yes, definitely, definitely for sure. So yeah, and I've got a lot of green on, so lots of abundance, serpent energy, green energy, which is also heart based. So lots of changes coming in for you guys. But let's not forget about our Cancerians. So Cancer, I have not forgotten about you. Let's go ahead and pull a charm for Cancer. Okay, I'll put that down and then I'm going to grab the tarot deck. And if you're wondering why I'm not looking at the charm, is because my intuition kicks off so fast that I don't want it to be talking while I'm trying to pull a card. You know, sometimes it interferes. Whoa, okay, that's our card actually. And I don't want it to do that. Sometimes I have to take it a little bit slow with my intuition. Okay, let's see what we have here. Let's see, Cancer. Oh, you have a little strawberry. Isn't that cute? Actually, we have a few strawberries left in the fridge. Perhaps I'll eat them this evening. All right, and then we have the 3 of Chalices. Now that is a party. Get down with the wine. Okay, and actually red like wine, but maybe it's strawberry wine. I don't know. Okay, so Cancer, let me dive into this real quick. Oh, okay. So Cancer, a little bit different, but like I said, the message that we got previously, you know, pulling the moon power cards, was like an event that will show up differently for each of you, but it's like how it's showing up for each sign is just so interesting. So for Cancer and this 3 of Cups, if you, and remember this, you guys have free will, so you can listen to me or not. It's, you know, it's always up to you. In fact, always listen to your intuition first and foremost. But if you take the advice of maybe asking for help, you know, since this is kind of a sudden change, something that's unexpected, don't quite maybe know how to navigate it, but you do know somebody who's been in something similar, or maybe somebody that you know that can help you. Maybe it's just a loose friend, like a sort of colleague, or maybe it's a really close friend, but you know, calling that person in or those people in. And when you do, it changes the energy that you've been in for creation and for abundance. So yes, again, this could be pertaining to money, but more just like good stuff coming in, just happy moments and friends and joy and all that, like sunshine, you know, like the sun card just magnified for you guys in a good way. And that's what I got with the strawberries as well. As when we think of strawberries and you think of actually summertime, that's when strawberries are good enough to pick, is during the summertime. And well, June is the beginning of summertime. Well, it happens within June. So perhaps for you, it'll be kind of around the summer solstice for our Cancer friends, where this situation happens, but you decide that instead of having a freak out and, you know, all of my plans are just messed up forever, it's like, okay, woo, I was kind of sort of expecting, not expecting, but kind of sort of expecting this because I heard it in a reading. So maybe I will call some friends to help me in. And so it's the collaboration of you guys working together, or that other person, you guys working together, that you end up doing something you wouldn't have previously been able to do had the situation not occurred. So had you not been thrown for a loop, this new idea that you have for calling in these people wouldn't have happened, hence the abundance wouldn't have happened. So this is actually really good for you. And maybe it may be uncomfortable at the time, but calling in those people is definitely going to be something that you like give a thumbs up. Like after June is done, after July is done, actually, I think this kind of extends a little bit for you. Is like, thank goodness that happened, because things have been really good lately, you know, in terms of abundance coming in. Like I said, abundance is more than just money. But yes, it could be that as well. But I feel like just like abundance of love and gratitude and just feeling really good about yourself and about the choices that you're making and where you are on your path. Oh, and then speaking for abundance, we also have this wonderful piece of silver here. Okay, because again, all the coins. Okay, so let's see if you guys put anything here. And then Sumi said you're wearing green, like the snake skin you found. Snakes also symbolize transformation because they shed their skin. Yes. And Unknown 55 says, you know better than me, but that strawberry looks like a raspberry to me. Well, I think it's just kind of like the little, I don't know, pock marks. I don't know. To me, just like a little strawberry. Would I love to have some raspberries right now? You betcha. I love me some raspberries. But yeah, I mean, raspberries, strawberries. Raspberries actually would probably ripen towards the end of summer, but they're basically summer berries. Let's see. And Designed by Ace is telling Sumi, lovely, yes, with the green heart and the snake imagery. All right, let's see, where do I want to go from here? Ooh, looking into opportunities and blocks. So for that, I'm gonna pull out my handmade deck here, which I call it my Donna di Ispirazione, inspirational woman. Okay, give me just a second. And these are what the backs of my cards look like. I had just had them laminated. I painted it, you know, and it's just basically magazine cutouts. And if you guys want to know how to maybe DIY your own oracle deck, I did make a video on it. So just type in Kittens, Weights, and Tarot DIY Oracle, and it'll pop up for you guys. But also, I think it's in the DIY section of my playlist, if you're interested. Okay, so let's take a look at an opportunity that may present itself for our water signs in the month of June. And let's take a look at a possible block that our water signs may encounter so that we can see how to transmute it, how to work with it. Okay, let's take a look at blocks first. All right. And we have actually a picture of Gal Gadot. Okay, let me tap into this one. Okay. Water signs. So this is what I'm getting with this card right here. Is when, let's say the situation happens, you're thrown for a loop. There might be the tendency when you're explaining what has happened for people to, of course, you know, are going to want to offer their advice. Oh, wow, that happened to me. You're going to want to do this, this, this. And other people, oh, wow, you know, you should try this, you should try this. And yes, you know, maybe you do want to ask for some help. But also, since it might be frustrating that this creates a change of plans and something that you are not expecting, and thus maybe it creates time constraints or you might miss out on something, there's a little bit of frustration and maybe anger going on the inside. So when well-meaning people are telling you, oh, well, you just need to do this, this, and this, since you might be in a feeling of, oh, I wish this wouldn't have happened, not right now, I don't have time for this right now, you might not be so willing to listen to what they have to say. In fact, you might become very defensive, even though they're just trying to offer their help or their opinions. So there's this tendency to kind of put up this smile like, yeah, sure, thanks for telling me. But on the inside, it's like, don't tell me what to do. Oh my gosh, I'm already frustrated. And then you're throwing all these crazy ideas and I don't understand what you're talking about. So it's like this ego flare up of, I'm already frustrated and now I don't want to listen to anybody. So if you feel like that's coming up for you, again, we don't want you to turn off your emotions. Your emotions are a language. They're trying to speak to you. So if you feel that rising up and you know that basically you're going to be tuning out everything this person says, you could just stop it there and say, hey, thank you so much for offering your opinion and maybe your thoughts on this. Maybe I'll contact you later about this, but right now I just feel kind of overwhelmed. Just be honest. Just be honest about what you're feeling. I'm just overwhelmed right now. I'm a little frustrated right now, and I feel like I'm not hearing you as well as I could be. and the other person will understand. Because if the roles were reversed and you saw that your friend was having some frustrations and you were trying to offer your advice, but your friend said, hey, I'm just frustrated right now, I don't think I can hear very well what you're trying to tell me, I think that you would understand and you'd be more than happy to sit down with your friend later on. So don't feel that you're going to hurt anybody's feelings. You know, you need to do what's right for you and also for the situation. So that's just maybe a possible block that could come up. So just be mindful of that. Just be mindful of how you're feeling and when you do need to take a rest, when you do need to take a break, and when you need to simmer down just a little bit. And also it's a chance to kind of reflect, like, where, you know, yes, the situation is frustrating, but what is this bringing up for me? So also some healing could happen in the process. Okay. Very interesting with Gal Gadot. All right, so let's take a look at some opportunities. All right. Ooh, we have this lovely image here of a man walking his camel, and in the background you have this beautiful city. So it's almost like in the foreground you have something very primitive looking, and in the background something more modern and advanced. All right, so let's take a look into that opportunity. Oh, okay. Okay, so this is like a hidden gem, if you want to call it that. The situation that occurs, which like I said, it's gonna look different for all of you guys. You guys are all different people with all different things going on in your life. So this event can't possibly look exactly the same for all of you, right? But in general, an opportunity that will present itself because of this situation is kind of looking at, you know, sometimes when we go a little too high tech and things, you know, we're relying on technology so much. Like, let's say perhaps with our cell phones. Many of you guys use the calendar on your cell phones, and there are reminders on your cell phones to remind you of this and that, and then you have this appointment coming up. But you also use it to take notes, and you also use it to look things up on the internet. So let's say that something happens to this device. I'm just giving an example, by the way. We would feel pretty lost, some of us, not all of us, but some of us would feel pretty lost. Oh my gosh, I just lost everybody's phone number because I don't have it written down anywhere, and I haven't had to remember anybody's phone number because technology has been remembering it for me. I've been storing all of my photos in my phone but nowhere else, and now I feel like all those photos are lost, you know. So imagine how you would be feeling. Like, let's say that's the scenario. You'd be feeling pretty defeated. But, you know, like I said, maybe you call in some friends, they're able to help you out, and they're able to help you recover those things later on. But in the meantime, you start looking at how you schedule your life day to day. And maybe you realize, you know, I've been relying really heavily on this like one little thing to do all these things for me. Maybe I can cut some of those things out. Maybe it would be more fun to create my own little planner where I'm pretty artistic. Maybe I want to add some stickers, draw some pictures, and it actually makes planning each day a little bit more fun instead of just the drudgery of maybe typing it into my phone. I get to draw it out. I get to write it out. And actually, writing, I know it sounds old school, but writing people's phone numbers down and putting it in an old school Rolodex. I don't know. Sometimes we have to go backwards. Bless you. Sometimes we have to go backwards. And it's not really backwards. It's probably for the best, you know, because the more you write somebody's number down, the more you're going to commit it to memory. And then later on, it's like you just have to rely on what's going on up here instead of the phone. But that's just kind of what I'm getting for the opportunity. You have an opportunity to kind of look at how much maybe you rely on some modern conveniences, modern technology. This event shows you that maybe you shouldn't rely on it so much, and you can actually go back to something that is a lot more simple or less technologically advanced, and it might be a better fit for you. Okay, all right, so yay, love that. Okay, what do we have? Oh, all right. So everybody that's in the chat right now, you have a chance for voting. Yay! And what are you voting on? You're voting on the next question. So the card I'm going to pull for you guys, I'm actually going to be using the Beyond Lemuria Oracle cards. So let me just kind of pop those out for you guys. And let me read those two questions to you. So after I read the first question, if that's the question you actually want me to pull a card on, vote with a red heart emoji. And if you don't have access to your emojis because you're at a desktop computer, then just type red heart emoji or red heart. And then for the second question, if that is what you want me to pull a card on, just type the words green heart or put a green heart emoji. Okay, here we go. All right, viewer's choice. Dun, da, da, da. Question number 1. How can I add more light this month? And I say that because summer. So how can I add more light this month? And I say that metaphorically, by the way. So if you would like me to pull a card on that question, please vote with a red heart emoji or just type red heart. Okay, second question. Where have I had too much vacation and where have I not had enough? So again, I think of vacations because I think of summertime, but really, where have you been a little too strict on yourself and where have you been a little too relaxed with yourself? So if that's a question you want me to pull a card for, please vote with a green heart emoji or type the words green heart. Okay, so here we go again. Red heart, how can I add more light this month? Green heart, where have I had too much vacation and where have I not had enough? All right, so you guys go ahead and vote. I leave it up to you. I'll just be over here chilling, chilling like a villain with my Beyond Lemuria cards. I'll just do a little Jeopardy for you. Do 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 do. All right, so far we have a red heart for Unknown 55 and we also have a red heart for Designed by Ace. But I'll keep giving you guys some time. So there are other people in the chat. So I know some people walk away from their computers or they're listening in another room. So I'm going to give them a chance if they would like to vote. Sumi is also putting down for a red heart. So far we got 3 red hearts, you guys. Continue voting, continue voting. Do 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 do. And as I look down, I'm like, wow, we got like a lot of silver here. So, which by the way, you know, while you guys are voting, I don't know if you guys invest in precious metals. I do, but we have these, and I bought this silver bar. It's a gold, or not gold, but it's a 5-ounce silver bar, and I actually bought this for my brother, which by the way, he surprised me. It was not last week, but it was the week before. He gives me a call and asks me what I'm doing, and he's like doing laundry. He's telling me what he ate for dinner, and then out of the blue, he's like, yeah, so I got married. I'm like, wait, what? So anyway, I was thinking of a wedding gift for him and his wife. So I bought them each a 5-ounce silver bar because I know that that is going to appreciate in value as they do. You know, they kind of go up and down, but you know, so later on, if they did want to bring it into a bullion shop or they wanted to sell it to a mint, you know, they can make some money if they wanted to. I thought it would be a nice little wedding gift. Okay, so let's see how our votes went. So it looks like I guess everybody's going for those red hearts. So that very first question, so let's take a look at it. How can I add more light this month? Well, I'm so glad you asked. Okay, let's take a look here. How can I add more light this month? Okay, and let's put this over here, and let's take a look at our card. And Sumi says, congratulations. Yeah, I was, speaking of things taking you for a loop, I was like actually driving at the time, and I was like, wait, what? And like, rewind the tape, like, you did what? You when? Oh, 2 days ago? You got married 2 days ago? Like, I was so like, and then, but he like tried to play it off like, oh, and then I'm just doing my laundry right now. I had this for dinner. I got married. And I'm just going to go ahead and just, you know, I'm like, wait, whoa. Go back to you just got married? Like, what? So yeah, they eloped to the courthouse and had a nice little ceremony. So yeah, I'm happy for him. And actually his birthday's coming up on June 4th. So my baby brother is going to be 35. I can't believe it. I still see him as like 9 years old, like seriously. Okay, water signs. Guess what we have? Water. Kawinky dink? I think not. Synchronicity much. And it says the overflow, but I'm gonna let you guys kind of take in that image. What's her name? Izzy Ivy. That's the artist and creator of this deck. But just kind of take in that art there. Okay, so where can we add more light this month? Or how we can add more light this month? Give me a moment with this. Okay. This month, no matter what happens, what upheaval or weird turn or something that throws you off guard. And like we were saying, not seeing anything hugely negative, but more just it wasn't planned. And therefore you're going to need to plan differently or rearrange your plans, or perhaps give up on some of those plans that were not really that important in the first place, but maybe at the time we thought they were very important. So this is also, a chance for us to kind of find out what's actually important in our day-to-day lives. But where we can add more warmth or more light is as these situations arise, instead of quickly jumping into our ego, which will want to freak out, because remember that the ego doesn't have intuition. That's why we have a higher self, so that the ego and the higher self can work in conjunction and do some amazing things. We don't want to kill the ego. We want it to work as a partner with our higher self. And instead, look at each of these situations as a chance for us to be still and go within our heart. Okay, and be honest. I'm freaking out right now. My ego is freaking out right now because I don't know what to do. Be honest with yourself. It's okay. I don't know how to navigate the situation right now. But as you go into the heart, you realize maybe I need to ask for help. Or I maybe had my priorities all wrong of how I would like to do things on a day-to-day basis. But the more you go inwards and listen to your heart, the better able you are to flow, as you should, with your watery energies. Your intuitive, emotional, lovely, watery energy. Embrace that. It's your asset. It's something that obviously the other three elements are lacking. But when all of the elements come together, we can help each other for sure. That's what we're all here for. So embrace your asset, embrace your talent, and realize, okay, this happened. I am freaking out right now, and that's okay, because I'm a human being and that's just what's going to happen. But I'm going to go inwards and I'm going to see what I have to do next. And with that, you end up bringing more light into the situation. And thus it changes your mood, it changes your outlook, it changes the way people interact around you, because you're happier with the situation. Maybe not glad it happened at the time, but perhaps afterwards. So this is really a chance for you guys to go into the heart, listen to the intuition. And definitely go with the flow. I know it sounds cliche, but that's really what's coming through for you guys. Just go with the flow. What else can you do? It's very difficult for a fish to swim upstream. It's a lot easier to just go with the current. All right. Okay, so let's go into our healing portion. You guys ready for this? So yesterday I brought out my drum with the fire signs, but with you guys, I was really feeling like working with my little tongue drum here. So I have my little drumsticks, and I would like to walk you guys through a little guided meditation. And I figure this is a great time for it because you have just a few minutes. Maybe you're just chillaxing at home, maybe you're getting ready for dinner, but wherever you are, just have a little sit down on a chair, on the floor, lay down on the bed, and just have this time for yourself, because now you've listened to all of the messages. You saw what connected with you, what didn't, and what made sense for you, or oh, okay, well, if that does happen, then this is what I want to do. This is what I want to bring in the month of June. And I want you to really focus on that. But also think, as we were talking about snakes and shedding the skin, what do I want to release? Let's say a situation I'm not expecting does show up. And my initial reaction, I just know myself, is going to be this. But that's not how I want to react. I want to have better, more positive reactions to things. So maybe you want to release some old programming of ways of reacting to the unexpected, or whatever it may be. So what do you want to bring in, and what do you want to release? That's what your main focus is going to be, probably for the next 4 minutes. Okay, so let's do this. You guys get very comfy. Designed by Acid, very nice. All right, so let me turn this tongue drum so it's facing the right direction. And if you're wondering what all the tape is on there, that's actually, I wrote out the keys that are on here. But when I play for you guys, it's just, I just let it come from my heart. So I don't really have anything pre-planned on here. Hey, Kayla. So, all right, you guys get nice and comfy. You can even be laying down on the bed. Just relax the neck. Bring your awareness into your body. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Let the arms get nice and heavy. Let your legs just feel nice and grounded. And know that you have these few minutes all to yourself. Be as selfish as you want with these few minutes. And if you're sitting down in your relaxed state, just try to straighten up your spine a little bit, as if somebody was pulling a little string from the top of your head, as if you're a little ornament. And we want to allow the energy to flow right through our own tree of life, which we call our spine, into our body. Okay, and if you're laying down on the bed or lying down on the floor, whatever it may be, just make sure that you're laying with your spine nice and straight in a prone position. Okay. And as you're making those minor adjustments, go ahead and bring your awareness to your breath. Not to judge your breath, but just take notice of it. Is your breathing deep? Is it shallow? Are you breathing quickly? Are you breathing very slowly? Just take notice. It's okay. And now, I want you to really focus on the breath. Focus on taking a nice deep inhalation, a very conscious inhalation, all the way into the lungs, into the stomach, and into the diaphragm. Nice deep breath in. And exhale. Exhale it all out, belly button to the spine. And in. And out. And your sole focus is the ins and outs of your breath. Put all your awareness, all your focus onto breathing in and how it feels as it comes into the lungs, comes into the diaphragm, into the stomach, and how it feels as your breath, or your ka, some people might call it, leaves the body. And so we're going to use the magic of this breath of life that you have. And on your next inhalation, I want you to breathe in how you see your June going for you. If something unexpected does happen, how do you want to react? What do you want to do in that situation, even though you don't know what it is? Who would you call first if you really truly needed help? Breathe that in. And as you breathe out, what do you want to release? Maybe you want to release fear or anxiety when it comes to the unknown. Maybe you want to release being so rigid in a day-to-day schedule. Maybe you do want to be more in flow. But focus on these things as you breathe in and as you breathe out. What a magical thing to be able to do. Breathing in prana, life force, or koyopa energy, as we say in Mayan teachings. And the ability to breathe it back out, thus giving life to those plants and those other energies that feed off of our exhale as we feed through our inhale. And as you bring things in and as you release, you see the cycle of how connected we all are. And this breath, you can kind of see it as roots. We're going to ground a little bit differently today. But as you breathe in, it's almost like you're breathing in the energetic roots of everything on this planet, including Gaia herself. And as you breathe out your roots and you connect it to Gaia. And you can kind of see it as this cycle. Roots going in, roots coming out. You are absolutely connected to this plane, this earth. And you are reminded that you are a child of Gaia. You're grounded, you're safe, and you're protected. And as you breathe in, start thinking about source energy, that beautiful light above your head, and that bright white high vibrational light, which you are also a part of. That divine light comes in through your crown chakra, through the third eye, throat, heart, solar plexus, sacral, and root, down into the earth. Let the energies of both the earth and source fill your body in dualistic harmony. You are a divine child and a child of the earth. Continue focusing on your intentions. What do you guys want to bring in? What do you want to let go of? right, you guys. So go ahead and bring your awareness back into your body, back into your fingers and toes. You can wiggle them around. And if you've had your eyes closed, go ahead and open them back up again. And I hope you guys enjoyed our reading this evening for all of our water signs out there. So Scorpios, Cancers, Pisces, hello. Hope you guys had a good time. I'm really appreciative of everybody who comes to hang out with me during these. I like that we can share things, share our knowledge, our intuition, our joys, laughter, whatever it may be. We can all share it here. So thank you very much for allowing me to have this space with you guys. And let's go ahead and close up our circle. So I have our candle still burning. And let's go ahead and blow it out so you guys make a wish for June. Ready? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. And so it is. All right, let's close up that circle using that awesome elk wand that I had at the very beginning. And let's call in the elementals of the north and thank them for helping us to cast our circle today. Thank you, elementals of the west, for helping us to cast our circle today. Thank you, elementals of the south, for helping us to cast our circle today. Thank you, elementals of the east, for helping us to cast our circle today. Whoop. Circle is closed, and the circle remains as above, so below, as within, so without. Merry meet, merry part. Merry we do meet again. And so it is. All right, many blessings to you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I love you guys. Love you all. Mwah. And I do want to give a special thanks to everybody who subscribed to this channel. So if you haven't already subscribed, please consider subscribing. And everybody who's given this a thumbs up, thank you guys. Everybody who commented and hung out with us today, thank you so much. And everybody who watches the replay, thank you. So Designed by Ace was wondering what that first deck was. So the first two that I used was my Wally's World Oracle, which I have the link for down below, but also I used the Mars Power Tarot. And this is by Charlie Quintero, and you can find this on Etsy if you're interested. So just type in Mars Power Tarot into Etsy, and I believe her shop is called Sad Sick Girls, so definitely go check it out. But let's see, let me look here. Kayla said, thank you for coming. And yeah, thank you guys all for showing up. Thank you for everybody who's thinking about joining the YouTube memberships and everybody who hangs out with me over on Patreon. So thank you so much for my supporters, which I will name by name. Michelle and Surian, Brandy, thank you. V, Samara, Kirsten, Jason, Kayla, Charles, and Brian, thank you all so very much. I love you guys. And also, for people who, participate in the viewers polls and the channel polls that I put out for the Sunday live chat, which see you guys in a couple of days for that. And also everybody who has sent little donations over to my PayPal me, which the link is for down below as well. Some people are like, hey, here's for like a cup of tea, or, getting stuff for my kitties. They have birthdays too, which Wally had his birthday back in March, and then Loki just had his birthday on the 20th of May. So both boys are now 8 years old. But yeah, thank you guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening. Designed by Ace said thank you. Have a lovely night. Thank you guys. Have a good time. Go to sleep now, or go have dinner now, or go chillax, or have a glass of wine or some water, whatever it may be. But I'll catch you guys with our earth signs on Monday. But I'll see you guys on Sunday for the weekly reading. All right, so catch you guys then. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out. Bye, guys.